Just as a reminder, this is the application we are going to be building, and it looks so sleek and nice because it has a very consistent design and colors. In order to easily implement this into our Flutterflow version of this application, we are going to use this Style tab. I'm back in my Figma design, and I'm going to show you how to configure Flutterflow in this Style tab to keep things consistent across your application. There are a couple things that go into a consistent design. One of the most significant ones is colors, so let's dissect that right now. There are a couple different ways you can do this, but essentially, the goal is to have the color palette that you're going to use throughout your application, which is very consistent. Here we can see it's this green and then also this orange, white, and then gray over here. You want to input that into Flutterflow. By having this consistent palette, you can easily select the right color to use in the right place of your application. Flutterflow makes it easy to do this in addition to just manually going in and changing the colors, which I'm going to do in a bit. You can also import from Coolors. Coolors.co is a nice application where you can generate nice looking color palettes. If you don't start off with a Figma design like this, and you're looking for colors to help you design your application, this is a great resource. And all you need to do is follow their tutorial to import. You can also extract from an image. Here's an image of my application, but we can see that it doesn't work all that well. They weren't able to get the orange, and these tones look completely off. Since I'm using a Figma design that was made by someone else, they gave us this handy style guide / component sheet where we can already see all the colors as well as the hex codes that they used. So this is my primary color. I'm going to copy it and simply paste it in here. I'm going to do that for each of the colors and check back with you. I went ahead and added the colors in. They give you 16 slots for colors. I didn't fill all of them, and that's completely fine. I also made sure that the color that I added related to this little description. So black is our primary text color and white is our primary background, and then I had the secondary background as gray, and I really made sure that everything was nice and organized. If you wanted to add another color, you could do so up here, and it just comes down here. Anyway, there's one more thing we can do with colors that I think are pretty cool. Up here, this is for light mode. On your phone, you can switch between light mode and dark mode. This is what our app will look like in light mode. When the user is viewing on dark mode, we can have these colors automatically change without having to do anything special in the editor. All we need to do is toggle this on. You can see here that this corresponds to another color in the dark mode theme. The design I'm using doesn't come in with a built-in dark mode, so I'm just going to play around with it a little. Okay, so I copied over my primary, secondary, and tertiary colors, and whenever there was a lot of white, I turned it to black, and the same with a light gray became a dark gray, here and here. But how do I know if these colors, I know these colors look good because I can see it right here. But how do I know if these colors look good? I haven't built my application yet. How do I test this out? I go up to my Page Selector tab, and you're getting your first taste of building with Flutterflow. I can click this button here to add a page. Now Flutterflow comes with a bunch of built-in pages, so I'm just going to choose one that I think has a decent amount of colors. It doesn't really matter which one, and I'm going to click on it and choose my theme. Just keep whatever. What this does is it automatically goes in and makes it based on your colors. When the designer was making this, in the color they chose a fill color, and they chose their secondary color. Now Flutterflow was automatically able to make it our secondary color. Let me show you what I mean. So right now my secondary color is this orange, but if I were to make it red, and go back to my build tab, we can see that that's changed. And I didn't have to do anything. It was just automatically able to change these things. I'm going to go back, make it my regular color. I'm going to zoom out a little so we can see the whole screen. And this is what it looks like. What if I want to see how it looks in dark mode? I'm going to go up here and click switch to dark. And we can see that all of this was automatically changed and my new colors were used and I didn't have to do anything special. This looks pretty good to me for now, but if you wanted to play around with it more, you could go back into the tab and change some of your colors and see the changes reflected here. By doing this, you can refine your color palette a little and get to a stage where you feel happy and confident building with those colors. Of course, the same colors will look different on different designs. Like, this doesn't look as good, in my opinion, as these do. But it can still give you a pretty good idea. Now, colors are only one part of keeping a consistent design. Typography is also very important. So you want to make sure you're going in here and changing font sizes and choosing a font that you like. This is again why I like working from Figma. I can go here, click on a text and see the font, which is Poppins, and then also the size. I'm going to make this my header one. So here we have display large. This is going to be size 50. 50, not 64. I'm going to make this semi-bold. Primary text color. And make it Poppins. I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of the text for the main text and sizes here. Now, instead of having to go here and change it to Poppins every single time, what I'm going to do is go up here and change my primary font family to Poppins. That makes all of these automatically Poppins, which happens to be my font of choice. Done. Now, at this point, there are a couple things you can do. One, you can leave it as it is. Or two, I'm going to upload a picture of this screen so you can see the different sizes, settings, colors, and fonts, and of this screen if you want to follow along, and make an end product that looks closer to this design. I know this was a lot for this video, but this is simple housekeeping. I promise you won't even have to look at this tab in the future, and this is going to set us up to create a nice looking app with a consistent design across pages and make it very easy, which you're going to see in a bit. After the next video, you can apply this to start building your app, but there's one more thing we need to learn, which is responsive design.